What's up, my friends? Whoa, got the sunlight coming through the window. Let's get a little bit more here. There we go. The sun only shines in here about once a day. Just briefly in the morning. But it's nice and warm. I love it. I just wanted to kind of touch base with my YouTube friends and just have a thought on my head that I wanted to share, which was just about taking on the day. And I feel great today. I woke up feeling awesome, which is interesting because I was kind of worried last night. I took some kratom in the evening around 8 o'clock, and I usually don't do that because my past experience has been with some strains. I wake up with a headache, but I was sufficiently hydrated and I felt fine, and I woke up feeling wonderful. But the one thing I noticed was that I was really, really tired, almost stoned feeling when I woke up this morning. Which isn't something strange. I mean, anybody who wakes up feels tired, but the point I realized was that the mornings when I wake up really groggy and a little bit later than usual tend to be the days where I just get right up and get going after about an hour. Whereas the days where I wake up early, around say 6 a.m. or something, 5 a.m. before sunrise, and I just wake up, jump out of bed, and I feel great, it seems like it quickly fades over the next few hours. So I can determine like how much energy I'm going to have during the day to an extent by how I feel when I wake up, and it's the opposite of what I might think. And it's interesting. It's like it really correlated with music to me. How I mentioned to a friend the other day that some bands, if I listen to music and I really like it right away and I love the song and I just get attached to it, then it'll generally fade from interest after a few months, and I won't even like it as much. Whereas any time I listen to an album where it's like, okay, but I remember a catchy part where it starts to kind of grow in my mind, then I start to like them more and more. It becomes a permanent, you know. In other words, the great things often take a while to work up to. And when you jump right into it, it's not always that great. For daily life, to me, being able to, you know, tackle my daily chores and needs is one of the most important thing for me. I mean, I consider myself a pretty stable person mentally. I'm somewhat stable anyway. I wouldn't say I'm totally financially stable, and I could work on that. That's one of the things that I work on. But the point being is every day I look at my different strengths and weaknesses and figure out how to enhance my strengths and eliminate weaknesses. And it's hard because the whole world's full of people who all have different thoughts. That old word sonder comes up again, the realization everyone has their own lives. And it's really difficult to know, you know, just how we're going to feel any one day. We might wake up feeling great and then something happens. Like my buddy texted me this morning and said he's been working with a friend. And he told me, he said, man, you're the only one who's ever paid me honestly. It's like everyone I've ever worked with gets screwed. We're both carpenters, and whenever I needed help on a job, when I was an independent contractor, I'd call him to come help me, and especially with finished carpentry, or when I'd go on vacation to do, you know, trim, moldings, or whatnot. And my thing with him was I always paid him. I always pay anyone who works for me, and I always make a contract deal up front, but apparently they didn't have one. But anyway, that's something that could ruin his day, you know, to wake up and find out you're not making as much money as you thought you did. And it's similar to stubbing your toe in the morning, where you spill your coffee, you stub your toe, and you say it's going to be one of those days. As soon as you've said that, you've set yourself up. You know, we're all fighting this battle together, and there's a lot of folks who like to say, oh, it's not a battle, life is just a dream, and a lot of folks who say life is nothing but war and battles. And just pushing away the extremes and sitting in the middle, we realize we wake up, we have good days, we have bad days. Sometimes we feel like sharing with people, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we want to open up and explain ourselves, and sometimes we don't. But we're misunderstood. We're just human. All we can do is hope that we're going to have the best day, make the most of what we do have anyway. So, I guess that's it.